Hi guys, my name is Olga. Some people may know me Masha by Masha Creative Studio, which is about quilting. But in this video, I'm going to show you what I made for my next market, which is, oh gosh, maybe like in a week or so from now. And first one will be this little bear with this little head. Oh, guy. He's so adorable. The pattern is from Etsy. If there's a pattern, guys, I will post it somewhere here. If there's a no pattern, I will just probably not post it anything. Some patterns were free from online, and some patterns that I use, they are from YouTube channels that are not in English. It can be like any other languages. But, I truly feel that sometimes language may not as matter if the video is good. So number one will be this little bear. And by using the same pattern, I made, let me put him here. I made this bear. However, originally for this bear, I purchased pattern from this Etsy channel. But for me personally, when I use like a Parfait Chunky or when I use a Sweet Snuggle Light, the pattern turned just way too big. It was adorable bear, but it was huge, humongous. So what I did, I used that blue bear to make this bear head. I just make basic buckle head. There's no pattern, but everyone who crocheting knows that you do the circle, approximately the circle, and then you just start drop down with a slightly increase. And when you got to the brim, you just have to increase like a ruffle in a way. So, and for the jacket, I don't know, you see it or not. Originally, jacket need to be, of course, crocheting more dense, but I decided to use not granny squares, octagonal jacket. I will show you here what the octagonal jacket looks like. You've seen it before, right? I made some for me. I'll show you it later in the video, but just take with me now. I made this octagonal jacket from, I think it's Parfait. Gosh, what it's look. Guys, I forgot, but that color it's in a much thinner yarn. So, and it's take me almost 2 skeins to keep price of the bear a little bit low. I just have to adjust the pattern. So I think overall it's look okay. So I like it. And for the luggage, I still use this pattern. So it's kind of one bear, two patterns. I think he's adorable, guys. I think he's adorable. I love it. Another one, this sweet couple. For this little baby, I use that pattern. And the difference, difference in the pattern, he's supposed to stand, but I know I won't be able to make it stand, so I make him like sitting, and it actually looks very well. And for this baby, I use this pattern. Yeah, I know it's a bunny. However, the difference between sitting bunny and sitting dog is not big. You make neck a little bit longer. What I did, okay, guys, for the arms, I use this pattern. I know, I use this pattern for the legs of the horses. This is how I make arm. They're more like drumsticks, I don't know, I like this shape more. And I just attach 6 single crochet, 12, 18, and then straight 3 rows. And this will be your face. I don't know what it's called, snoot, guys. I'm sorry, English not my first language, so please forgive me. I don't know what everything called. And this is a bubble stitch. So, but basically it's the same bunny. Need to hide it. Okay, so let's go to next. For this sweet couple, I use that pattern. The only difference I made in the original pattern, the nose part made by just shaping the face, but might actually much bigger than I expect to be. And when you use only shaping to form the nose, is just not enough. So I have to crochet the nose, but I think it's look great. And the only small changes that I would do, I'm fine with the boy, but with the girl, I definitely will make skirt a little bit lower because right now it's like, I don't know, just seems to me this part's on balance, it's like t-shirt or whatever. It needs to be like a short dress, but not like that, not the chest level. So this is probably what I would change. So, and the pattern is not in English, but explanation is quite well, so it may help you. Next. Vinilora pig. This is adorable piggy, guys. Oh, baby, you look like me. I know I'm a ballerina, but somehow some people tell me that you look like me. That's fine. I love the super short feet, those little arms. The only thing with the pig on original pattern, which is from here, from Etsy, the only thing on original pattern for, I don't know why, maybe it's because of my English, I don't understand, I don't know, but where the eye supposed to be, she have a skip, so you literally have a hole for the eye, and I don't understand why. It's like, I don't get it. So I just crochet normally. If you ever use this pattern, just pay attention to this. Other than that, I think absolutely adorable. I did this piggy before and it sells quite fast. Like I say, it's just adorable. It's very charming. It's a little bit, I guess, different. And, by using this pig, I think any other animals can be created. So, yeah, we just need to try and practice. Oh, okay, guys, that is a funny thing. We are having this cow. On all my markets, unfortunately, I don't know where it was a tutorial on YouTube, free tutorial. I don't remember, guys, where the link is. It's been a while, but I made quite few of those. And on all my markets, when people come to me and let's see, they grab like, oh, let's take the strawberry cow. I always will say, guys, modern school doesn't teach anything right now. People think that in order to have strawberry milk, you have regular cow. No, you need to have a strawberry cow for strawberry milk, blueberry cow for blueberry milk, and so on and so forth. So people love it. I also made this cow, guys. I don't know. I came from another part of the world. So for me, I never, ever in my life seen the cows in the colors like this. But last fair, I was by amazing vendor who was a 6th generation of farmers. And she showed me the pictures of her cows. Like here. I never seen the cows like this. Tell me, guys, are you seeing the cows like this? I'm in Nebraska. Even in Nebraska, I never seen the cows like this. But I love it. It's just great cow. I made also those cows. No, of course, it will be not me if I don't make our Highland cow. I feel the trend getting down a little bit, but it's still, people love it. And guys, I make quite a lot of them. This is just maybe, I don't bring everything, but usually I make 10 of each. Well, I didn't make 10 of each, but maybe 3 of each I did for sure. No, I make 5 of the Highland cow, but the rest 3 of each. Next one, by using the same pattern, I make those unicorns, and I don't know, I will not redo it, but when I do it next time, I will make horn a little bit smaller. It's just like a little bit too much, a little bit too big, maybe a little bit this way. It's neat. Oh, you know what? Maybe I put this red and a little bit like tend it more this way. Anyway, I made unicorn, and of course I want to make it a little bit because I sell it, guys, and I try to keep my prices low. And I know I don't charge. I don't charge enough, but again, this is reason we can talk another video about it. Just take it right now. So I try to make as market friendly as possible without losing beauty and quality of item I create. So I try to create the hairs like this, just strands of yarn, and I don't like it. However, in my family, this is one person who's seen all them together, and she say, oh, I like this one, why did you make this? And I'm like, okay. So, and usually it's so funny, every time I messed up, I make some weird color or like accidentally put the eye somewhere on the wrong spot, this person will come and tell me, no, it's fine, and this item will go first. So I decided to keep this guy as is. I think he looked just silly. Like he looked like from Dumb and Dumber. I don't know, the haircut. We'll see. We'll see how it's go, right? So I make the unicorns, and also using the same pattern. It's just you know, like when you have one shape, with one shape, basic shape, you can make so much. I make those dragons. And this is, as you can see, it's exactly the same pattern. There's no difference. What the changes are on a snoot, I put 2 bubble stitches. I do it surface crochet. So first I do the snoot, and then after everything finished, I will put bubble stitch. I think some shaping, no shaping no needs. So then we do horns and ears the same, but wings I use from this dragon. Okay, I will show you just let me show you right away, guys. The wings I did similar to the dragon. The pattern is here. The only thing I made it a little bit bigger because that creature a little bit bigger, so it's need a little bit bigger wings, but they soft. And the tail, I just surface crochet. I just chain on the surface, make it like. It's very easy, guys. Everybody who crocheting for markets, guys, you know that it's not a rocket science. Of course, if you begin in the crocheting, you probably prefer exact explanation how is everything done. But for me, it's so interesting. When I begin to crochet, I literally only know chain stitch, and even till now, I struggle with the name of the each stitch. So, but with the patterns, I never struggle. I usually like I crochet as I feel, so I can crochet anything. It's just I just don't need that detailed pattern, and to me, it's obvious, you know, that shape and that shape with the minimal changes. It's would be 2 different creatures. So I made about 10 of no, not 10, guys, 8 of them I made. So those dragons, I don't know if I do another colors. No, instead I begin to talk about dragons. I make this guy. This is the pattern. And I do believe that this is a regional pattern. You know, unfortunately, guys, we live in a weird era of AI. And while it does help a little bit, however, what's if I talk only about crocheting, right? Nothing else. When I go on Etsy and I want to purchase pattern, a lot of time I see AI generated images, and I have no idea what I actually will end up, what will be my result after buying this pattern. For somebody, it's a couple dollars for the pattern. For me, it's my time, my yarn, and all of you know that yarn. It's very hard even to unravel if you want to. So once it's done, it's done. You end up with just waste of time, waste of money, and it's very sad. So sorry for that long speech. What I want to say that these dragons from this seller, I believe it was original seller who created this pattern. I don't know, but they turns out very well. I love them. I make them literally in every possible color you can imagine. For some, because you know, guys, colors limit. For some, I have to use double strength and just double the yarn in order to make about the same size. But yeah, they sell very well. They a little bit that not as easy to make as they look like, only because it's actually it's very easy, but it's kind of so many small details. Heads, body, this is all separately, the paths, and I seen when people try to like simplify the paths, those dragons lose their beauty. You know, those paths is just adorable, just adorable. Just adorable, those puffs, guys. They like not fat. I don't know what the right word. Chubby puffs. You know, it's a baby because of those chubby puffs. Wings, horns, ears. This is all little details. Somehow, like I usually work with a whole bunch of parts, and when I get to assembly, just assembly take me so long. I don't know. I feel it so long, but I'm a fast crocheter. But it's take me so long. Okay, enough with this, guys. Let's see this one. Okay, of course, everybody know what is it. It's emotional support pickle. Everybody need a pickle. Everybody knows someone who may need a pickle. So this is a good seller, easy to make, no pattern, just just a little piece. This makes, if you need a pattern for this, make the first one as you think it, and the second one you will just adjust what you need to adjust. Okay, this cow, guys, I did show you how I use this pattern, parts of this pattern, but so originally pattern, it's here for horsey, donkey, and zebra, but hello, give me 1 second. What's up, honey? Okay, you need to be quiet. Of course, guys, it's so funny. No one downstairs. No one's my kids, as soon as I begin to do the video, everybody begin hungry, everybody needs something, everybody need me. I don't know, we are not turning on TV. So this pattern for horsey, donkey, and zebra, and I did all of them, but also with teeny tiny color change, and I don't remember what I changed else. Probably nothing really changed other than color change and adding this little puff flowers, daisy. This is it. And I did the skulls the same way in strawberry. Right now I have only one, but I did it before in many different colors. I also use this pattern. It's very good pattern. I use this pattern to make giraffes, cows. Guys, I try to remember what else. Bee, I made a bee. It was adorable. I don't remember what else, but you can use the same pattern, just changing colors, and you will end up with a different creature. Next one, guys. Oh my gosh, where I go? Next one, guys. That was my long project in order to decide to make it or not. And this is the first time I make it. I was like thinking, people don't really ask, and yet people ask it. Sometimes what everybody asks, it doesn't mean they will buy it, and sometimes no one asks will sells immediately. So you don't know. So, but I decided to make a squirrels. This is actually a super easy pattern. I find it on YouTube. It was super easy to make. What else? The only difference that originally on YouTube it was in one solid color, and I feel that one solid color just like, I don't know, like missing something, but it's obviously squirrel. You can see it, it's a squirrel. So I just add this white belly, and for me, I know so many people like, I hate to sew, I need no sew pattern. For me, almost no sew pattern like not exist, because I feel it's much more easier to sew, for example, that belly, right? Then try to do color change for me personally. So I rather make this oval and sew it. So, and I make whole bunch of the squirrels. We'll see how they go. I will tell you, but I haven't seen much squirrels so far, Next one, guys, I made those. It's a capybaras. For some reason, I don't know why, I struggle with those capybaras more than with creatures behind me. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. But this is a capybara. I don't know how they will sell, but recently I have quite few people asking me, do you have capybaras? Do you have capybaras? The same thing, found free tutorial on YouTube a while ago. It's supposed to create these teeny tiny capybaras. Guys, I have no idea. I have no idea. The yarn look like my yarn, but my capybaras are like horses. Hope I sell it. Of course I will. They're adorable. They're adorable. Wow, my best sellers always my best sellers are the emotional support possums. Possums, because everybody loves possums. Even people who hate them, they love them. How? What not to love, guys? What not to love? Possums are adorable. So, if my husband let me to bring possum home, I will, but he will never let. So yeah, I make possums. They're really, really good sellers for me. It's one of my best sellers. Usually I make 10 and I will sell 10 or more. Depends how many days is the craft fair. But one craft fair is, it's usually 10 pieces that I sell. Another is dogs. Guys, unfortunately, I also don't have to any referrals for tutorial because way too many things was used for just make a dog. I wouldn't call it my pattern, but in the same way, it's really like how one person explained. Literally, you know, if you pick up two identical dogs on YouTube and you watch and you see the stitch count, everything same, but people describe it differently. And then on these people, I understand how to make this part. On another people, I better understand something else, you know. And it's like, to be fair, I'm just saying this is very general. I also have quite few tutorials that I bought on Etsy, which is like, I just briefly look, I didn't use them, but I briefly look and it seems you will end up with a similar result. The only thing what I would say, I hate color change. Of course, I will do it if it's not necessary, but I don't like it when I have to change the color. Ideally, this is my most favorite colors for dachshunds, for Dachshunds, but I didn't do it, so it will be like this. This is from YouTube channel, and you know, I tell you this right now, show it in the video, it looks much better than it's in the real life. Unfortunately, to me, it's look way more like a snake, and I do sell snakes that are literally exactly the same. It just, I don't know, I want to make some very cheap and expensive, you know, under $10 or even under or around $5 dachshund, but it's just, I just don't like it. I don't know, just some things that I don't like about it. Okay, guys, we're getting closer. I make about 100 of love cats. I just show you a few. I actually making a different kits. So many people making love kits, and I always want to do a little bit different. Of course, I know that love kits was a good sales for many of you, but you know, if everybody selling love cat, especially if you're selling from same yarn, I mean, of course, like, you know, if you make those different spots, it will be different. But if you make like solid colors, it would be about the same. So, but this was like happy accident. Yet it's not happy accident. Ideally, let me show you guys. I was trying to find a pattern for teeny tiny cats, like this, teeny tiny cats. And ideally, yeah, also like ears, you know, everything, something like no brainers. Of course, I don't really need a pattern for something like this. It's just probably will be more beneficial if I make some shaping, but I think in the price range that I'm planning to sell it, it will be $5, $5 to $7. I don't know yet, guys. I need to think about it. For $7, maybe I can make some shaping, but for $5, it's just, you know, it's just not worth it. So ideally, I need to make something like this, and I was doing free tutorial on YouTube and end up in this shape, and I kind of get hooked up on it. So I made about 100 of this. I know it's not for one sale. It will go for a few sales, of course. But I also just recently made those tiny kits that I think, you know, also cool and cute. And people love tiny toys. You know, tiny toys sometimes can make your day. Okay, what next? Oh, next, guys. I'm planning to do one craft fair related to the baseball. So I'll make a few turtles. Actually, guys, I just show what I made in the last 3 to 4 weeks. But I usually do big sales. The big sales, I mean, like the 2-3 days festivals, and you really need to have a lot of items to make. My first year when I began to do craft fairs, it was before that time when everybody been sick. Remember this, right? So 2016, 2017, I did it with my quilts. Yeah, I quilt, and this is another reason why I will make another video about craft fair preparation. So I did it with my quilts, and I can talk about it later. But sorry, guys. The kids going back and forth, and it's distracting me so much. And I hear them talk in the kitchen how they're gonna cook, and I don't want to put my house on fire. So I'm kind of concerned about like what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's a joke, of course. So I used to go to like literally every weekend will be a craft fair year right after 2018, you know, when the craft fairs begin to business. What it was like, I think it was 2022 when the people begin, craft fair begin to be allowed again. And I did that year 38 sales, not to mention, like, if we have 52 weeks, right? In 52 weeks, 38 sales, it's actually a lot, especially if you crochet. You guys know this. Of course, my booth wasn't that full and sales was better, but right now I do bigger sales. Usually I do, how I try to think, about one sale every 3 weeks, but in spring it's less and in winter more. So I'm prepping right now, not just for winter, but also like for few really big sales. I have one amazing sales that come in June, July, and that sale like really wipe out everything. So my next sale will be related to the baseball game. Okay, guys, now I know what I want to say. So what I show you, it's only what I prepared recently. And I have the full trailer, trailers that full with items that already been made. So I have a whole bunch of turtle. I have the big ones, small ones. Like this is my smallest turtle usually. So I have that size. I have smaller one, and I have turtles that I make from parfait extra large. When I do next craft fair, I'll show you, because right now everything in a trailer, and I don't move back and forth. Every time I pack, I know what my craft fair next, so I pack, and I can like considering how I pack and how I'm gonna set up on next craft fair. So it's like literally I don't want to touch it. Another thing is those pop-up mushrooms. So it would be for the baseball game. Just for you, I make just 10 because it's only just one day game. And also, I spend a lot of time in a different groups when people let me take it. So it's helped me to focus. In a different groups, people will tell me, hey, I am attending Mother's Day. How many flowers I have to make? Oh, hey, I'm attending Father's Day. How many flowers, how many of those items I should make? Me personally, I usually never ever care what festival or what event is themed for, because a lot of time people still buy in general items. Of course, some items can be, it's more or less flexible, like in the Christmas, yeah, people will buy Christmas related items. But in general, like I noticed, for example, for Easter, my crochet bunny, my crochet like Easter eggs, they really like, they're nice on a display, but they not pay the bill, and if I don't make them, it will make no difference. So I make 10 of them. I think they will sell. I actually bought 10 of those t-shirts, and it's from Sam's Club, guys. They on sale now, at least in our local Sam's Club. And I also bought few transfers, baseball related transfers, that I'm going to apply for those t-shirts and also bring to my market. And I will tell you how it go, but it would be my first time when I bring in the t-shirts to my markets. So, but I really like this quality. I really like, and I don't know if I need to go and buy a little bit more because they're on sale and they may go and may not. I don't know, maybe it's temporary sale. Now, pop-up mushrooms, guys, here's the thing that I love about them, that I do not stitch anymore, the white specks. If you can see it, I use, and give me a second, this puff paint. I do believe it's supposed to be on, if you don't want your socks or slippers too slippery, you add this, let it dry, and voila. And I just love to use it on it. They like stick very well. You can't really take it out, it's just, I don't know, I like it. It's fast, it's easier, it's look, I think, nicer, but it's not a big deal because, I sell them for $7. And I wouldn't call them the best sellers because, mushroom trend is getting fade out very slowly but surely. So right now, mushrooms not as popular as they used to be. Like 3 years ago, you bring any mushroom, poorly made, wonky eyes, wonky yard, and it will be like wipe out immediately. Now No, people seen it. I think everybody who wants mushrooms, they get it, unless you make something super amazing for mushroom lovers or something cheap like this guy. Okay, guys, we are getting. Oh, next thing that I made, which is like my very, very good sales. And I'm sorry, guys, if you can see how I am right now, like box out myself. So those chickens, those are the chicken from this pattern. The ones that's supposed to be in an egg. I do chicken in eggs as well, but it's like a different item. Plus, I do separately those chickens. And the only difference I do the adding the bubble stitch on top separately. So, which is will be like $5 chicken, very cute, very adorable. People love them. I also have a whole bunch of chickens, all sizes. The big chickens, they still sell, but the trend about chickens getting down, or maybe people just get tired. The people, many of us using the same pattern, making the same chicken, and yeah, there's a slightly difference, but not really, especially like we're not having all those chickens, from my booth, from your booth, from somebody else's booth in a row to compare, right, and to see the difference. If somebody stop in my booth, they seen this chicken, for them it looks the same, and honestly, it is the same. So, but small stuff still sells, and the small bees still sells very well for me. I also make those very small bees, like literally 6, 12, and that's it. So, and then you do just straight one row black, one row yellow. You guys know if you know, right? If you don't know, give me in the comments. I will make video to make it a little bit more explanatory, but I literally don't want to go too deep in this. And the next thing, what I did, but I think, guys, I'm gonna make a second part of this video. Let me introduce myself a little bit. So, like I say, my name is Olga, and I quilt, knit, crochet, and do other things. And for my markets, usually my booth, I do living with handmade stuff, with working with my hands, as you wish. My full-time job, I do long-arm quilting for other people. And I have few shorts on my channel. You can look here. But this is my full-time job. I do have 2 long-arm quilting machines. So, and I crochet not just only in my side hustle spare time, not just in my spare time, but also when I have the chance to quilt and crochet. It's based on a customer quilt because it's not always possible, but it helps me to do a lot. And I also sew a lot. And this is just few my items. Like I just recently jumped in making headbands. It's all from quilted fabrics. I mean, I will quilt the fabrics. So I do, and from the same fabric, I do different bags, pouches, and I think it's super cute when you have a headband, plus you have from the same fabric a pouch. I will do next video about this because it's also part of my market prep, because for every market I go, my goal is at least $1,000 a day, but this is apply only for the small markets. If I go on a big festivals where or big markets where the booth fee like $500, $600, $1,000 for the 3 days, my goal expectation is much higher. And I'm one person business, I do everything by myself. It's my full-time job, knit, crocheting, everything. It's like all together, sewing, and I need to have a lot of inventory, a huge inventory, and I also constantly have to move. I enjoy to be in this business. Some people may tell you that, hey, but this is too intense. Well, its hobby is expensive, like quilting. To make one quilt, it's like at least $300. Like even if you take the cheapest fabric, like I don't know, from Michael's, the cheapest, but to make king size quilt, that's probably a couple $100. So this is expensive hobby, and I just can't afford the hobbies like this. I give away a lot. I bless so many people with the things. I donate to charity and do other things. However, I can afford to do only so much. I have my bills, I have family, I have kids. I recently have my mom who is completely in my care. And, I enjoy to do this for living. Some people enjoy 8 to 5 job for living, and I enjoy to do this for living. So, okay, see you next video. If you like my content, if you can understand how I talk, because I'm sorry guys, sometimes I even can't understand when I watch myself on video. It is what it is, it's reality. But if you feel it's helpful, give me thumbs up, subscribe, and see you soon. Bye.